which is modal analysis. Okay, modal analysis is an extension of the FEA class that you have been handling now. Request all of you to be in mute. Okay, so like today we are going for exercise number 7, which is on modal analysis. So the modal analysis is an extension of your FEA class. So here today class we will be discussing about only free vibration condition. Okay, we will not be looking into forced vibration condition. We will be looking into only free vibration condition. So this is how the question will be given to you in the exam. So this is how the question you will be getting. Perform a mode frequency test on a cantilever beam for a frequency range of 0 to 1000 hertz. Okay. So this is how the question will be done, given for you in the exam. Once you read the question, you should be in a position to pick that this is a modal analysis sum. Okay. By means of seeing the question, when you see mode frequency test, you should be in a position to connect it to modal analysis. Okay, so in the modal analysis, again we can do for all the 3 types of beams that you see in strength of materials: fixed beam, cantilever beam, and simply supported beam. So today we'll first show you for how to perform a modal analysis for a uh, simple cantilever beam. Okay, so if you see that the dimensions are given in a meter here. Okay, this is the cross section. Okay, and this is the length of the cantilever beam, and we also require other information. So if you look at the slide number 2, you will get the information. This is the problem, detailed problem. Okay, so here the length is given. Okay, and the area is given. Okay, and the density. Okay, the only new thing that is we are seeing in here is, in the previous cases, okay, we will be seeing, we will not be using this parameter called density. We will be using only the length and cross section. In this sum, in modal analysis, we will be considering the parameter called density, and then we have Young's modulus. So if you solve it through FEA mode, okay, you will be getting the following answers: W1, W2, W3, right? These are the following answers you will get if you solve this problem through the FEA mode. So today things are made simple with the available of software like ANSYS, where it can be where a solution can be obtained at ease. So now we will see how to solve the similar problem in ANSYS. So the problem, if you look at it, it is a very simple problem and it's a cantilever problem. So the procedure is almost very similar to that of like how we did the cantilever problem in the first class. Only a small modification will be there. So as when we take you through the ANSYS software, I will tell you like where are the changes that we need to make. So here we are going to the ANSYS software. Click on run. I hope by now most of you should be familiar with till this. So this is how the ANSYS home screen appears to you. So here first we click on the preferences. Once you click on the preferences, you have the preferences for GUI filtering open. So there you click on the structural problem. Okay, check the structural checkbox and hit the OK button. Next, you go to preprocessor. In the preprocessor, click element type. Under the element type, click add edit delete button. This element type dialog box pops up. In this dialog box, click on the add button. Once you click on the add button, the library of element type dialog box pops up with all the available item. Here, today we are dealing with a beam problem. So click on the beam problem and then you have to pick 2 node 188. So this is the selection that you need to make. You could see beam and 2 node 188 highlighted. Click on OK and then click on the close button. After doing this, go to material properties. In the material properties, click on material models. Once you click on material model, you will have the define material model behavior dialog box opening up. In this, click on structural. Once you click on structural, all the options available in the structure will be available. We are dealing with a linear problem, so click on linear. Under linear, click elastic condition. And then we are dealing with an isotropic material, so click isotropic. Once you click that, it's asking for the Young's modulus of the material, which is 2. It is 2 power e power 11. So that is the Young's modulus that is available from the question. And then the Poisson's ratio, we are considering it as steel, so we are giving it as 0.3. Click on OK. Okay. Then in the modal analysis, for performing modal analysis, you need to give in density. For this, click on the density button. Okay, it is asking for the density value which is available in the question. I enter the density value and click OK. One second. Check the density value. We'll just go and check the density value. It's 7830. So that is what we have entered. So now after we have defined the material, we defined the material as a beam and we defined the properties. We have also defined the density of the material. Now we go to the section. In this section, we are dealing with a beam problem. So we click on beam. On clicking on beam, the following dialog box pops up. So from that options, we pick up common sections. Clicking on this beam tool dialog box pops up. So here I give the cross section, which is available from the question. I'm giving it in meter and I'm clicking on the apply button and then give. If you can click on preview and see the IYY value, which is computed as 0.833, click on OK. Now next we are going to do is we are going to the modeling. So the modeling is very similar to that how you define a cantilever beam. So for this, first you have to create key points. So click key points under the create button. Now move to inactive CS. When you click on inactive CS, create key points in active coordinate system dialog box pops up. So key point 1, the reference number is 0, 0. So he hit 0, 0. And then you keep the apply button. Next, we go for the key point number 2. Since it's a cantilever beam, if you're taking it as a line, so determining the two endpoints. So next one is we're giving it as 1, 0. Here we are defining all the dimensions in meter today. So I'm putting it as 1, 0 and I'm hitting the OK button. Now you can see the two key points 1 and 2 in the screen. Next, in order to connect the 2 points, I click on lines. Under lines, I pick up straight lines and click on the 2 points. You will get the line. So now I created the line. After creating the line, click the OK button. Now the line is created. After doing this, we go for meshing. For meshing, click on meshing. Under meshing, pick mesh tool. Click on mesh tool. The following dialog box pops up. Here corresponding to lines, click on the set button. Clicking on the set button will open a element size dialog box button. Okay, now you have to click on the line. Once you click on the line, hit the OK button. It will ask for the number of element divisions you want to divide the line to. So here we are giving it as 50 divisions. So the line will be divided into 50 lines, 50 line segments. So this is how we do the meshing. It is not fully done. So again we click on mesh tool, click on the mesh button, click on the line and then hit OK. So that is how the meshing process is complete. Then we move on to solution. In the solution, we have to go for analysis type. So in the analysis type, the change is here. Okay, here we have to click something called new analysis, which you will not do in the earlier cases. In all earlier cases, it is always the static condition. But for model analysis, you have to define it to model condition. So I will be checking up model and hit OK button. So just understand the difference. Under the solution tab, you have to come to the analysis type category. There you have to click on a button called new analysis. Under new analysis, by default, a static button will be selected. You will have to change it to model. Okay, on selecting this, click on OK. So this is the change that you need to do. After doing this, we go to the analysis option. Clicking on the analysis option will open up the options available for us in model analysis. In this, we use the mode extraction method as block lang source. So this is the method that we use, and the number of modes to extract is something like we will have to enter. We are entering it as 5 modes. So when you give a free vibration, okay, when the cantilever beam oscillates, 5 modes of vibration will be captured by the model for performing model analysis. A number of modes to expand should also be 5. So always try to give same number, okay, to get the answer. Now click on OK. Now it is asking for the frequency range in order to apply the Blanco's method. So we start with 1 and we start with 0 and go up to 1000 frequency. So this is the frequency range we give. Hit on the OK button and then we go to define load condition. So we are saying like we are going to discuss this problem as a cantilever. So which means we need to lock one end of the cantilever. For that, we go to define loads, click on apply. Under apply, click on structural. Under structural, click on displacement. Under displacement, click key points. The following dialog box will open. You select the point that has to be freezed. So here point 1 has to be freezed. I click on point number 1 and hit OK button. So here this dialog box opens up where I select all degrees of freedom and enter the displacement value as 0 and hit OK button. By means of doing this, I lock the cantilever. So now one side I have locked the beam and the other side it is free for oscillation. So it is acting like a cantilever beam. So next I go to solve. So under solve, current LS is there. Click on current LS and hit OK button. The solution is done. So next what you have to do is you have to go to general post processing to see the results. So first you'll go to read results. In the read results, first you click on to see the first set value. So once you click on the first set value, then go to plot results. In the plot results, click deform shape. Here you check deform plus undeform and hit the OK button. Okay, so you could get the frequency and the deflection values. Okay, now we go to read results. In the read result, click on next set and you click on next set and then you move to the screen. Click on the screen, right click on the screen. This box will pop up. Okay, there you have to select replot. Now for this is the solution that you get. The frequency value is obtained as 8.6. Okay, so here we got as 8.3. So we are almost very close to the answer. Okay, so next we go and then again we are going to the next mode now. So click on next set, come back to the screen again, right click, replot. You could see this SUB, that is changing to 3, which means we are moving to next mode. And you could see what is the frequency obtained there and the deflection obtained there. Okay, next click on the next step and click replot. You could see the deflection of the cantilever beam. Okay, that is how the cantilever beam operates at oscillates at this mode, and you could see that the mode is changed to 4 and the frequency is 51.81, which can be seen in the manual calculation. If you solve it through the manual FEA problem, you'll get it to F2 52.425. Through ANSYS, we got almost very close. It is 51. Next, we go to the next plot and click on replot. The same thing. First, you have to click on the next set and then you have to right click and click on replot. You'll get the answer 143.1441. The same thing that we obtained from the manual calculation as well. Okay, so in this case, in your exam time, the manual calculation is not something we will concentrate here. That will be done in your FEA subject. Here we focus only on your ability to solve the FEA problem. So once the question is given, you have to perform this analysis and you need to take the screen print of the 5 modes. So today here you see 5th mode. So each mode you have to take a screenshot and submit it as result. Okay, so again I'm doing it from first. See, clicking on the next set and then right click and replot. So each thing you have to take a screenshot. You know how to take a capture. So using that you need to take a screenshot. So this is how you have to perform the modal analysis problem. So we saw this for a simple cantilever beam. Now we'll just teach you how to do it for a fixed beam. So we all know what is a fixed beam is. So in a fixed beam, we lock both the ends of the cantilever beam. Okay, so in the cantilever beam we have only one side locked. If it's going to be a fixed beam, both the ends will be locked. So now we will just show you. You again go to the defined loads. In the defined loads, we go to the delete condition. See, this is because we wanted to delete the applied load. So we collect all load data. In all load and options, click on all load and options. Okay, this function will delete all the loads in the database. So we are removing all their loads. So we have removed all the loads that has been applied. Now I am going to make this beam into a fixed beam. So again I go to apply loads. I go to structural. Under structural, I pick up displacement. Under displacement, I pick on key points. I select both the key points. Okay, both the key points. Okay, 1 and 2 I select and hit the OK button. And then I click all the degrees of freedom and give it as 0 and then hit OK button. So this is the only change that you need to make. Okay, so this is how we do all the variety of problems. Even for simply supported beam, what is the change that we do for simply supported beam? That alone we need to do. Okay, so rest will all be the same procedure. Okay, so again you have to go to the solve, and once the solving is done, you go to general post processing. First you go to read results, click on first set, and then go to plot results, click on deform shape. Since we have already selected as deformed plus undeformed, it is available, hit OK button. Okay, you will get the frequency and the maximum deflection. Again go to read results, click on the next set. After clicking on this, once you come into this screen, right click it. You will get this option of replot. Click on the replot. Now you will see the mode 2. Okay, and then click on next set, right click, click replot, you'll get mode 3. You get mode 3, the frequency and the deflection. Again click on next set, right click, replot, you get the mode 4. Okay, so these are the possible modes that we extract by means of performing model analysis. So I am stopping the recording here.